Hello and welcome to Talking Sports Live. This is show number 2 this week. I'm Rob J. along with Jamie Horton and our special guest, Mr. Ed Trim of Pennington and Trim Alarm Service, who will talk with Ed in just a moment. But before we get started, I want to let you know that this show is brought to you by Pennington and Trim Alarm Services. Let us in. We'll keep them out is the slogan, 601-939-5231. First Commercial Bank, where business is personal, 601-709-7777. Willie T. Abson Law Firm. They're considered one of Mississippi's top-rated personal injury and super lawyers, 601-487-8839. And Mansell Media and Marketing Agency, a full-service advertising and marketing agency. Their number is 601-939-2040. And Richard Shaw of Dynastics Promotions, the official clothier of Talking Sports Live. Their number is 601-353-1956. They have been in business since 1988, Ed, when I was a little bitty baby.
Little bitty baby. I don't know about that.
You don't either. Well, Ed, we're so happy to have you here, Ed Trim of Pennington and Trim, the president of Pennington and Trim. Thank you so much for joining us.
Man, I love coming. It's been a minute since I've been here, but thank you for the invitation.
Have you been doing your tour of the stadiums?
I have. This year, I was able to go see the Cincinnati Bengals play.
Wow.
And then we followed that up to go see the Cleveland Browns play. So that leaves me now with 2 NFL stadiums to go, and I will have that off my bucket list. I've got the Dallas Cowboys left, and I'm glad I didn't go this year. And I've got the Chicago Bears left. I was holding off on the Bears to last because, I'd heard they were going to build a new stadium.
Yeah. And
I think that got shot down. So off to Soldier Field we go, and probably next year we'll get both of those 2 done. And now that baseball and football's done, I got to figure out, what's the next bucket list.
What's the nicest one you've been to? Which one did you like the most?
Well, I break it down into indoor and outdoor. So outdoor, I love the Pittsburgh Steelers Stadium. And you go there and you go underneath the stadium, and it's like this huge memorabilia museum. You got all these pictures of Terry Bradshaw and Lynn Swann and Franco Harris and Mean Joe Green and that steel curtain defense, and they got all 6 Lombardi trophies that you can look at, and they got a band playing and some kind of sandwich native to Pittsburgh about that tall, and the fans there are crazy. And then you go up to the field, to Heinz Field, or who knows, they could have changed names by now. They changed so much, but the seats are very comfortable. The fans there are just, something about Pittsburgh Steelers fans. That's a blue collar city that they live for their football, and it was just an exciting environment, and I really enjoyed that outdoor stadium. Indoor, I got after COVID, I got to be the first fan to go to an NFL game with fans in Las Vegas at their new stadium where the Raiders play. And that stadium is state of the art. It is some kind of fine. I like SoFi, but
it's about to say better than SoFi.
SoFi is not indoor, it's not outdoor. It's like playing under a carport. It's like they dug a hole around and put a roof. It's just, I like SoFi. Here's what I didn't like about SoFi. To go to a preseason game, I had to pay $80 to park out in the parking lot.
Wow,
$80.
I would have trained right around.
Look, I'm South Jackson, man. I'm tight. Like I understand if it's a Super Bowl, but I'm talking preseason.
Yeah.
Where's Allen Iverson? We're talking season. So
wow, that's amazing. You've done all the stadiums, but maybe Dallas may take the cake, you think?
Well, I've been in that stadium 2 times for my Ole Miss Rebels playing in bowl games. And so I love the stadium. I mean, anybody's got a scoreboard from the 20 to the 20. It's beautiful with the glass on one end, unless you're a receiver at 4:00 in the afternoon. That's no fun.
Yeah. He didn't like that. He said he couldn't see.
I really love Dallas Stadium, but I don't count it unless I can go and see them tailgate and see the pro shop. That's my thing, is I go in each stadium into the pro shop and I buy my favorite player of that franchise. And then during football season, when I go to church on Sunday, I'll wear a different jersey, all fall and winter until the Super Bowl. And then I'll go back to just wearing regular clothes. But, it's just that's my thing.
What about the Falcons Stadium?
I do like the Mercedes-Benz Stadium. I bought Dion's jersey when I was there, number 21.
You did?
From his rookie year, and that was a great game. I actually went to. I'm trying to remember who they played now, but it was a really good game, and But just the Dirty Birds, man. You know, if you're a Saints fan, it's hard to really like anything in Atlanta.
Yeah, anything.
Right? Yeah.
But I did enjoy the stadium. It is state of the art. All these new stadiums. San Francisco's outdoor stadium is also very, very beautiful. I mean, it's, you know, and then Green Bay, the history. I mean, so many of them. I love them all. I mean, it's hardly any of them. Tampa Bay's I did not like.
You didn't like Tampa Bay?
I did not like Tampa Bay's. It was not. You know, you go in the stadium, and you say, okay, it's time to go get a jersey. Sir, you have to go outside the stadium and go into the pro shop. I was like, what? They said, yes, sir. You can't go into the pro shop once you're inside the stadium.
Wow.
And I said, that beats. I go to all these stadiums. I've never seen a setup like that in my life. Mm-hmm. And it just, you know, we bought a turkey leg. You know, just you always check out the concessions.
Yeah.
And so they messed up running the credit card. They didn't know what they were doing. We finally got back and bit into it. The inside of it was frozen solid. Just frozen solid. The little things. You know, I want a great fan experience, and you know, I just didn't get it at Tampa Bay.
Well, it's at Tampa Bay. But I'm just really feeling like, you know,
some kind of way.
Feeling some kind of way. Because of all these names about indoor stadiums, I never did hear that great stadium down there in New Orleans, Louisiana.
See, Saints are my favorite. I grew up loving Archie Manning. I'm the biggest Saints fan in the world. But I got to tell you, man, that stadium was built about 1970, 1970.
But we made renovations though, and I went there last year, and they have done a tremendous job of renovating the stadium. I guess I'm just very biased. I don't.
What was it about?
Okay, look, Thanksgiving. I don't know if it was last year before. I got to go back and look. I went to go see the Saints play the Buffalo Bills.
Yes.
Okay, I had my grandkids, so I now got, you know, me and my wife and my son and all these grandkids, and so I'm not going to buy these $400 seats down low, right? So I set up in the nosebleed section. Well, first of all, the steps are about this tall, and I'm walking up thinking, I ain't going to make it. Somebody give me some oxygen. I'm not going to make it. So I finally get up there, and I get to my row, and I walk down, and I got about this much room between the back of the chairs and the folks' knees. And I'm thinking, it's like so steep. I'm thinking, I'm going to fall and land on these people in front of me. And it was all I could do to get to my seat. And I sat down, and my knees was almost touching. I felt like I was in Tennessee Volunteer Stadium. My knees was almost touching the folks in front of me. Were people midgets in 1970 in Louisiana? And so finally, okay, game starts. You know, Josh Allen's out there in the Saints. It's great. And then all of a sudden, the air conditioning kicks on. And Rob J., I'm telling you, it must have been 22 degrees sitting up there. I could not. I mean, I was freezing. I had my face down in my thing.
And he is not exaggerating.
I have never in my life been so cold at an indoor football game. And finally, first of all, the Bills killed us that game. Absolutely murdered us. At halftime, I finally got enough energy and guts to get up and walk down this death row to get out of that thing to go potty. And I told my wife, I said, I'm not coming back. I'm not coming back up these stairs. I'm not coming back to this little death row aisle. And I just hung out down in the thing until they got ready to leave. But it was.
So we got to check Superdome off your list.
I love the Saints. I hate the Dome.
Wow. Well, let me ask you this. You know, speaking of football, the Chiefs quarterback and tight end had their homes broken into. They need to call Pennington and Trim. They need to call you, Ed.
Look, I don't know who their security company is, but I would love to find out how the burglars got in and how they beat the system. But you would think for those two guys and the gold and the just the rings on their fingers, you know, that they would have something that would make sure that didn't happen. But yeah, when I heard that, I was very, very surprised. And I hope they didn't get his rings, man. I just hope that.
I don't think so. But so tell us about Pennington and Trim. How long you been in business?
Well, Pennington and Trim opened our doors on October 30th. We just had a birthday about 2 weeks ago, and that was 1987.
Oh, I was just a little.
So, yeah. I don't even know if you were born yet, Rob. I just started shaving last week. So, but yeah, 1987, and just a one-man operation, and you know, just slowly grew. And 1989 hired my first technician, and 1990 hired my first secretary, and by then I had 5 technicians, and we've just grown and grown and grown. And you know, the Lord's been good to us, and we now have the largest alarm company that's independently owned in the state of Mississippi. We have over 19,000 names in our computer for jobs we've done in those 37 years, and just very, very blessed. Still just have one office here in Flowood, and but we do statewide work. We got men working in Meridian right now as we speak.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and they'll load up and they'll go stay in hotels and they'll do work down there and they'll come back. But we do a lot of work on the Gulf Coast and a lot of work in North Mississippi, but 95% of it's probably right here in the Tri-County area.
And I think Jackson State is one of your clients.
We've done some work for Jackson State. We had an honor to do some work for the Walter Pager building.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
For Sonic Boom of the South.
Mm-hmm.
They had a break-in at some point where somebody moved a ceiling tile and came over a wall and came in there. I'm trying to remember the man's name who was the director at that time. You would know, Rob.
The director of the band?
The director of the band. He was there forever, but he had to.
Dr. Liddell.
Dr. Liddell. Dr. Liddell. That's exactly who it is. And he had a little office called Studio 51.
Yeah,
Dr. Liddell.
Right. And so we protected that. We protected the band hall. But we've been blessed through the years to do some work for Jackson State.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
But good company. And one thing about Pennington and Trim is that, you know, all these national companies, they want you to sign a 3-year contract or a 5-year contract. And I think what separates us is from day one for 37 years, we've said no contract, never, ever, ever. It's like, if you get monitored with us, it's for 1 month. And if we did a good job and we earn your business and you can afford to be monitored and you want us to continue to monitor your alarm, then next month, let's do it all over again. But for any reason, at any time, you can cancel your monitoring because there's no contracts. We believe in earning your business month to month, not sign a 5-year contract and you're stuck. Hope you're happy.
All right. That's Pennington and Trim. Let us in and we'll keep them out. All right. We're going to take a break and we'll come back. We'll talk about fantasy football. We have a trivia question where you can win a gift card here at Full Moon Barbecue on Main Street in Madison. Stay with us. We're back in a moment.
I'm Ed Trim, Pennington and Trim. Since 1987, I've seen technology get better and better. Give us a call and let us protect your home and business with the latest cutting-edge technology that's available today.
We feel strongly that clients are best served by a financial institution that has roots here, but also has an eye on the future. That's what we believe First Commercial Bank brings to our markets. Our idea is simple: deliver a consistently exceptional client experience each and every time. We have a unique story to tell, and our talented associates are dedicated to meeting the needs of our clients every day. Visit firstcommercialbk.com. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Accidents happen, and the Abston Law Firm wants to help you. Don't feel overwhelmed with disruptions to your life that accidents and injuries bring. Let Willie Abston work for you. At Abston Law Firm, you're important to us. Protecting your rights and helping you meet your future needs is our main goal. And we take pride in servicing our clients. We provide you with knowledgeable, caring legal representation. We are experienced and dedicated to helping you. Call for your free consultation today. Abston Law, located at 1307 Airport Road in Flowood.
All right, welcome back to Talking Sports Live. Rob J. along with Jamie Horton and our special guest, Mr. Ed Trim, founder of Pennington and Trim Alarm Services. And Ed, have you been? I know you're very, very busy. Get a chance to watch some college football all over the weekend.
Listen,
The Ole Miss
football,
Rebels.
I love me some football, and my wife calls herself the football widow from Labor Day to Christmas because I tell her on Saturday, don't make no plans for me. Sunday after church, don't make no plans for me. Monday night, I'm
Well, at
off
least you go
limits.
to church.
Thursday nights, I'm off limits. These nights, anything else, I'm yours. I'll do whatever you want, but just leave me alone from my fantasy football and my college football.
Yeah.
So yes, I watch a lot of football.
So you go to church on Sunday and then come back and
I do.
What church do you go to that you got time to come back and watch football? The church, they're not over until about 4:00. So I'm not
During football season, he don't go to church.
Oh no, that is not true. So we have a church that has multiple services, right? So you go to the 10 o'clock service at Word of Life Church on Lakeland Drive. That's a plug for you guys.
I've been there before.
I have been a member there since 1995. What a great church. Changed my life. And see, they got another service starting at 11:30. So Rob J, they got to get you out so the new people can come in.
I got you.
And so I got just enough time to go home and check my lineup, make sure my wide receiver didn't break his foot during warm-ups, and get my lineup set.
So this is your fantasy football team?
This is fantasy football season, and it's exciting. You know, it's like you're not a Saints fan anymore. Now you're whoever your players are.
I can't see. That's why I can't play it.
I mean,
I can't play it.
I'm not a big fan of it. Never have been. I mean, I'm strictly New Orleans.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, I don't do all that fantasy stuff. My old coworker tried to get me turned on too. It just didn't do nothing for me.
Yeah, I can't do it.
Look,
I got to be our Chiefs.
We started our league in 1999, and all 10 of the owners went to Whitten Junior High School together in South Jackson. And so of those same 10 owners, here we are 25 years later, 7 of those guys are still in the league, and 3 of them have moved on, and we've replaced them with guys that didn't go to Whitten, but they're close ties. My son's best friend, and my first employee. So it's a tight league, and I tell you what, when I go on this birthday trip in August where I go to these stadiums for preseason games, I'm also diving in on doing fantasy football research, getting ready for the draft.
Well, who's your fantasy football quarterback?
Well, it depends. I have 2 teams, but my main team, I have Hurst, Hurts
with the Eagles.
For the Eagles. He plays Thursday night against I wanted to say the Redskins, against the Commanders.
They the Redskins.
So I'll never be able to get that straight. They're always going to be the Cleveland Indians and the Washington Redskins. I don't understand that one.
I don't blame him.
Yeah, I don't understand that. But Hurts is and King Henry. He's done really well for me this year for the Baltimore Ravens. He's just unbelievable. I think he's got 14 touchdowns now, and Jefferson is my wide receiver, but a little disappointed in Jefferson. It's not his fault, but that quarterback just
can't give him the
struggling.
ball.
Can't get him the football.
Yeah, we are going to give away a Full Moon Barbecue gift card in just a moment. Listen for our trivia question that'll be coming up in just a moment. We have Ed Trim here with us from Pennington and Trim Alarm Services, and I can't. I don't know if it's not all Chiefs, and they told me you can't pick all Chiefs players. You're not going to win like that. So that means you have to root for Hurts and the Eagles. So your team is the Saints. So if the Eagles playing the Saints, you got to root for Hurts?
Absolutely. It's dog eat dog. You just you're rooting for Hurts to throw 4 touchdown passes. It's hard. Now,
he ain't gonna do it.
I'm not gonna do it either. I can't see myself hollering for no Atlanta Falcon player or Dallas Cowboys.
Do you have Atlanta Falcon players on your team?
Let me think. I do not have any. I do on my church team. We have a fantasy league at my church, and I've got the running back for the Atlanta Falcons that came out of Texas.
What about the Cowboys?
Cowboys, I intentionally avoid all Cowboys.
That's why you win
Cowboys.
Man, they're having a rough time, aren't they?
Look,
do you feel bad for them?
I don't. Before I told Larry, before the season started, I looked at their schedule. I went through, that's a win, that's a loss, that's a win. And I said, they'll be lucky to be 500. And the reason why, Rob, is because they let the best offensive line in football go. They lost 2 players in this last offseason. They didn't spend no money to replace them. They had an injury. Now you got an offensive line that can't block. Well, they didn't bring no running back in. They let Pollard go. And so Dowdle, who's scared of Dowdle? You know, I mean,
they brought 21 back.
They brought Zeke back.
Zeke back. Zeke ain't got much tread on them tires left. Them tires so bald. Listen to me. You can drive across the dirt infield and not leave a track on them tires. And so they got no running game. Mm-hmm. They got one of the best wide receivers in the game, but the teams are figuring out just double Lamb, and there's not much else out there.
That's true. Because they traded Michael Gallup. He's not out there anymore, and they don't really have a second. But I'm tell you what the Cowboy problem is. His initials are JJ.
Oh, absolutely. Why is he always making comments?
Always. And then he don't want to hire a general manager. Let me tell you something. He has got to be on the camera all the time. He'll be on the camera, I tell Rob, more than the head coach do. And that's not good.
Right.
You don't see Gail Benson on the TV all the time. She let the head coach talk. That's what he's supposed to do.
Look,
But he do all the interviews,
Mhm.
all the radio shows,
Mhm.
and it's just getting to a point where it's beginning to be funny. And I'm telling you, I like Dax as a person. I think Dax. I know Rob how you feel.
Yeah, I don't.
But I in a way I kind of feel bad for him.
I'm starting to feel bad for him.
I
too.
mean,
You're right.
seriously, I really am.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really am. And I mean, he don't deserve some of the criticism that he's getting because that defense is garbage.
Because he is a good player. I ridicule him, but he is a good player.
Yeah, you mess with Nix about it, but he's a good player.
What do you think of Parsons talking about the coach?
Now, see you crossing the line right there.
Did
Now
you see that?
we didn't like Dennis Allen. Kamara and them stated but they never said it in public. Now they stated to the owner how they felt about him, but they never did it right in public. This man said that Mike can go wherever he want to go.
He sure did, and the players work harder than the coach. I'm like, come on, dude.
Look, I'm on the radio crew with Rob, with Jack State Radio Crew. If Rob tell me James go anywhere he want to go, guess what? I never look at Rob again the same.
Yeah, man, you can't say
you
that
don't
about your
look,
coach.
you go old school. Go back to the 70s and look at the Rooneys of the Pittsburgh Steelers, or
That's right.
or some of those guys, or even back then Tex Graham and the guys.
Yeah.
When did you ever see them in front of a camera? Ever?
Exactly.
You saw the head coach, you saw Chuck Noll, you saw Tom Landry, you saw Don Shula. Who owned the Dolphins in 1972 when they went undefeated, never lost a game?
And Ed's right, because you know what? I didn't know who owned the San Francisco 49ers when Joe Montana was there to like about 2 or 3 years. One time when they interviewed him when he was getting the trophy, I'd never seen his face before.
Yeah, you never know we all know who Al Davis was.
Well, I mean, Al Davis was different, but he still he was different from Jerry.
But Al Davis was the football head coach of the Raiders.
Yeah,
before he
then he
Yeah.
became owner. Yeah.
So we knew who he was, and he had just win, baby. But he wasn't like Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones
Nobody
just
like
in the way.
Look,
He just
look, we all know how good that team was in 92 and 93,
Yes.
and then also in 95. They won 3 Super Bowls in 4 years, and only the 49ers beat them that 1 year. Beat them in the NFC Championship game, and they won it that year. But, you go back to that team. That was a little mini dynasty, all because of the Herschel Walker trade to the Vikings, and they got 7 picks, and they turned. But if you look at that, how many more could they have won if he didn't have such an ego that
And
he
let Jimmy Johnson, exactly.
Jimmy Johnson got out of there?
I thought last year, and I thought starting it that they would be a team that would compete for the Super Bowl, but I thought they had a lot of talent.
Well,
I really did.
I'm gonna tell you something. Until he learned how to take a step back, it don't matter who the coach is.
Yeah.
And everybody talking about Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick is not gonna put up with Jerry Jones stuff. Trust me, that's not gonna happen.
Look, I may be wrong on this, but I'm just gonna say it. They the highest valued team in American sports, probably in the world. And I believe right now, with what they got on their roster, I believe Jerry Jones is going to sell the Dallas Cowboys
You think
and
so?
give and walk away with his kids having billions of dollars versus trying to rebuild. Because if he can't have his hand in it and get the glory, he would rather give them cash. And I just everything's for a season, right? I mean, and I don't know. We'll see if Stephen Jones, because Jerry Jones, he's in his 80s now.
Yeah.
I mean, if you looked at him lately, the man ain't looking very good.
Look like he's
Wow.
I mean,
Man.
so
He got 1 foot on, and never mind. I want
but he is definitely the
like
problem.
Esther said.
I agree with you.
Like Esther said, he got 1 foot in the grave and 1 foot on the banana peel. But we want to give you a trivia question for this show. The question is, how many total touchdowns did Deuce McAllister of Ole Miss have in 2000 to lead the SEC? Now, if you know that answer, don't call the TV station because they're not going to answer. They definitely ain't going to be back there in the control room watching the. Anyway, if you know that answer, go down to social media, whatever I call it, social media platforms, Talking Sports Live, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, and give us the answer. You'll get a $10 gift card from Full Moon Barbecue. Again, do not call a TV station because there's nobody back there. Okay? And we know that for a fact. All right, now. Now, I want to ask you real quick. I want to know your experience at the Kansas City Chiefs Stadium, Arrowhead Stadium.
Okay, I went to go see them when they played the Raiders.
Oh, that
was in Thanksgiving week.
They didn't lose that game.
And what year was that? That was 2007.
Okay.
And so, first of all, going to Kansas City and going downtown and going to the train museum and then some of the world's greatest barbecue, unbelievable. The tailgating, unbelievable. Sea of Red, playing their arch nemesis. I mean, the Kansas City Chiefs and the Raiders are without a doubt one of the biggest rivalries in NFL football. So that was a great game to be at. What I remember the most about that game is I about froze to death.
It was cold.
It was cold, man. It was real cold that November. So we actually had gone to experience a lot of stuff, and the cold weather put a damper on some stuff, but it was cold.
Yeah.
But I definitely enjoyed it. The stadium was amazing. I like how they've got the where the Royals play and the Chiefs play right next to each other.
Yeah.
So parking is not an issue.
Yeah.
They got parking lots for days. And those guys, man, when they start tailgating, you can smell it, right?
Yeah.
You can smell it. They know how to barbecue in Kansas City, but great experience. But it's been a long time. Think about it. 2008 to 2024. It's been a minute.
All right.
Since I was there.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to take a break and we'll be back. Hopefully we'll have an answer to our trivia question again. How many totals does Ole Miss have in the year 2000 to lead the SEC? Back in a moment.
The deuce is loose.
Amid Trim, Pennington and Trim. Since 1987, I've seen technology get better and better. Give us a call and let us protect your home and business with the latest cutting-edge technology that's available today.
We feel strongly that clients are best served by a financial institution that has roots here, but also has an eye on the future. That's what we believe First Commercial Bank brings to our markets. Our idea is simple: deliver a consistently exceptional client experience each and every time. We have a unique story to tell, and our talented associates are dedicated to meeting the needs of our clients every day. Visit firstcommercialbk.com. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Accidents happen, and the Abston Law Firm wants to help you. Don't feel overwhelmed with disruptions to your life that accidents and injuries bring. Let Willie Abston work for you. At Abston Law Firm, you're important to us. Protecting your rights and helping you meet your future needs is our main goal. And we take pride in servicing our clients. We provide you with knowledgeable, caring legal representation. We are experienced and dedicated to helping you. Call for your free consultation today. Abston Law, located at 1307 Airport Road in Flowood.
All right, welcome back to Talking Sports Live. Rob J, Jamie Horton, and our very special guest, Mr. Ed Trim of Pennington and Trim Alarm Services. Let us in. We'll keep them out. Hey, there were a few upsets last week. Ole Miss upset Georgia. Were you on the field tearing the goalpost down?
I was not, and I wish they would stop letting them kids get on the field. It's dangerous for the players coming off. And, what if that field goal post came down and hit a kid in the head and internal bleed, $350,000 fine for Ole Miss.
Yeah.
I know they're excited, but I don't know, man, act like you've been there.
I got a question. What do they do with the goalpost?
They took it to a frat house and leaned it up against the people's wall.
Are you serious?
They carried it all the way downtown. They walked around like it was the trophy. But look, all that is irrelevant. What's important is the Ole Miss Rebels have beaten the Georgia Bulldogs.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, man, I'm surprised because I went last year to Athens and I was excited. We were pretty good last year. Had a decent team, beat Penn State like a dog in the bowl game. Pretty good team. We get to Athens in first half. It's semi competitive football game. We're right there with them. Second half, I found out what a deep college good team looks like. They would bring out a second offensive line and a third offensive line, cherry pick players from around the country. And they had a stable of running backs. And before the end of the third quarter, fourth quarter started, they were running through holes you could drive a Mack truck through.
Wow.
And they just ran the ball down our throat the whole second half and beat us like a drum. And it's very few teams that I thought this year, this is one team we're going to lose. Before the season started, I said, there's one game we're going to lose. We can't beat Georgia. And so, boy, was I surprised.
I wasn't surprised. I picked Ole Miss because I I really thought that Ole Miss wouldn't lose a game this year, but they stumbled against who was that? South Carolina,
Kentucky.
Yeah,
We-
Kentucky.
Look, 4th
Yeah.
and 20.
Yeah.
4th and 20, man's on about the 10-yard line. Just stop that.
Mhm.
We win that game. And almost the exact same scenario with LSU.
Mhm.
We controlled that whole game and somehow let them slip out and win that game. Rob, we should be undefeated.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Tennessee is tied for first in the SEC with Texas A&M at 5-1. Texas is 4-1. Boy, these Texas teams, they're making some noise in the SEC.
Yeah.
You got Georgia at 5-2. They're number 4, Alabama, and Ole Miss tied at 5 at 5th place at 4-2. LSU 3-2 along with Missouri. South Carolina 4-3. Arkansas is number 10 in the SEC, 3-3 along with Vanderbilt. Florida, these are the bottom feeders here. Florida, Auburn, Oklahoma, Kentucky, and Mississippi State. Mississippi State's record is 0-6 in the SEC.
Somebody looking at the
They won nothing. Looking at high school. Well, looking at the SWAC, Jackson State undefeated at 6-0. We all thought JSU would be the best team in the SWAC this year, and that is proven to be the point. Alabama State is 4-2, Florida 3-2, Alabama A&M is in 4th, Bethune-Cookman 5th, and Mississippi Valley, they have not won a game. And our condolences again go out to the Valley family for losing a football player the day before the Jackson State game.
Yes.
Terrible, terrible accident that happened with that, man. I can't understand what happened with that. So on the west side, Southern is number 1. More than likely, they should win this. I mean, they beat Alcorn already, who is in 2nd place.
Yeah.
And Southern, what they close out with, who they got?
They got Grambling last game, and
I think they got Prairie View.
They got Prairie View.
I think Pine Bluff, Arkansas Pine.
They gonna beat them.
They got Arkansas Pine. So let's get into some of the predictions there. Ed, you ready?
I'm ready, man.
All right, let's see. We'll start with some of these top 25 rankings here. Let's see. Number 3, Texas at Arkansas.
Well, if Ole Miss can go into Arkansas and beat them like they did, I think Texas can go in and open up a can too. I definitely like Texas in that game.
Okay, you can't see open up a can.
Sir.
Okay, number 7, Tennessee at number 12, Georgia.
Look, I told you Georgia was good.
Mhm.
Their quarterback is really struggling, but I don't believe Tennessee going to go into between the hedges and beat Georgia.
Mhm.
I like Georgia to win that game, and I like them to win pretty good. I'm gonna say Georgia by about like 13 points, 14 points.
Okay, Alabama. I'm gonna skip that one.
Next
I'm gonna
question.
skip that one.
Yeah.
Okay, Texas A&M and should I skip that one too?
Skip that one.
Practice game.
Why
Practice
why they
game.
playing these games this late in the year?
That's how some of the SEC schools do.
We're talking
Okay.
about practice.
All right, let's go with Deion Sanders in Utah because it ain't Colorado, it's Deion Sanders.
Utah got a good defense, but every time I think Colorado going to lose, they surprise me and they win. So I got to go with Colorado. They just on a roll right now.
All right, you going with the fighting Sanders and LSU at Florida.
That's a tough one, but I believe LSU will rebound from their big loss to Alabama. Florida's quarterback was hurt, running back hurt. They dealing with injuries. Give me LSU by a touchdown.
All right, what about South Carolina and Missouri?
It's gonna be a good game. But South Carolina's at home and they are just tough at home. I'm gonna go with South Carolina.
Okay, did Brother Nix leave Mississippi State off this list? Okay,
It's only the top 25, so we'd have to look for the bottom 25 to find out.
okay. You can't boot it. You can't boot it.
You can't boot him out. You can't boot it out.
Okay, let's see where we're going.
They'll be fine next year. They're having growing pains, but they got a good coach.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're gonna be fine.
First year.
All right, let's turn to the SWAC now, Ed. Let's see. We'll go with Grambling at Alabama A&M.
Wow. Grambling and Alabama A&M. You know, Eddie Robinson. I'm going to go with the spirit of Eddie Robinson and go with Grambling in that game.
Okay, all right. Mississippi Valley, winless Mississippi Valley at Florida A&M.
Give me Florida A&M.
You didn't hesitate on that one.
No, sir.
Okay. Alcorn at Prairie View.
Give me Alcorn. Where are they playing?
At Prairie View.
I still take Alcorn.
Okay, all right. Okay, let's see. Arkansas Pine at Southern.
Oh, that's another practice game. Give me Southern.
Okay, all right. And Bethune-Cookman at Texas Southern.
One day we got to talk about Bethune-Cookman. I just, man.
You really can do this eeny, meeny, and miny.
I know.
It don't matter.
let me go with the home of Machine Gun Kelly and go with Texas Southern from Wingville.
And you have Jackson State at Alabama State. If Jackson State wins this game, they win the SWAC, and they will host the championship game.
And where's the game being played?
This game this weekend is in Montgomery at the Gum.
Alabama.
Wow. Jackson State hadn't lost a conference game all year. Give me the Tigers.
All right, Ed. All right. Well, Ed, you got it. Ed made his picks. Jamie, looked like Ed know what he's talking about.
Yeah, look like some of the picks I like.
All right. Well, Ed, again, we really appreciate you coming by. Do we have a winner yet, Bernard? Okay, he gave us a thumbs up. We have a winner. The question is, how many total touchdowns did Deuce McAllister of Ole Miss have in 2000 to lead the SEC? The answer is 17, and the winner is I can't see you wrote this. It's chicken scratch.
Chicken. Can I say it for you? Christian Thedford.
Christian Thedford. Congratulations, Christian. Who wrote this?
Nix. Who Bernard wrote it?
Christian Thedford. No, it's good legible. Christian Thedford. See, it's on there twice. I think Bernard wrote it.
He did that, but then Nix came back and wrote it bigger.
He wrote it bigger and more legible.
Yes.
But again, congratulations, Christian. You will receive a $10 gift card from here at Full Moon Barbecue, and that will get you one double egg. All right. Now, no, I'm just kidding before they told me out of here. Now, Ed, after this show, now we always get us some food here. You're not a vegan, are you?
I'm not a vegan. Do I look like a vegan? I look like a vegan, Rob J.
But Jamie, when I first met Ed, he was cooking hamburgers at University Christian.
Really?
Cool.
Boy, were they good.
What is now Hartfield?
Hartfield.
Yes.
Hartfield.
Jamie,
So
It was good.
What are you talking about?
Oh, my,
He had a big old grill, a big grill. He said, Rob, come on, we get one hamburger.
I mean, you get.
I got one at the time, but I sure he was trying to fill me up, man. So do you still cook? Yeah.
I do. So I don't. Obviously, my kids have all left. What was Hartfield and UCS. What I do now is I cook for a lot of charities. I'll go out to the Mustard Seed and cook hamburgers for Christmas, open house and just different organizations. And I definitely still do a lot of cooking. Word of Life's always got something going on, and I'll cook for them. But once you start cooking hamburgers and cooking for, I cook for my youth at Word of Life every single Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
We would cook burgers and chicken sandwiches and this concession stand type food, and we would feed the youth every Wednesday. And then they had this notion, let's don't do church on Wednesday nights anymore. Let's just do Sunday. So we stopped that. So it's but yes, I still cook and still enjoy it.
Now I got to ask you this: when you're at home on Sunday watching the Saints, you watch by yourself or you watch with anybody?
Well, my dog's in there with me until I start yelling at the TV, and then they go to the back of the house.
Yeah.
They think I'm mad at them.
But wife don't be coming around.
She'll come home from church and she'll go to the back, and she likes to take her Sunday afternoon nap, and she'll sit with me. Sometimes I say, honey, this is critical. I need this for my game. Come on, help root for me.
Oh, really? So, no, mine is, she give me bad luck.
Really?
She come in there and sit down. Did you see what Joshua Tonda did? I get out. I'm care.
He's not lying. He's not lying.
Look, I want to ask you a question. When Denver lines up to kick the game-winning field goal in your undefeated season,
that's a good question.
What was going through your mind? And did you watch the kick, or did you walk out of the room in frustration?
Let me tell you what happened. It was my wife's birthday, so she had an event at Crystal Springs at 4 o'clock. So we were in. I said, okay, I'm gonna go to this, but don't schedule nothing else on Sunday. I didn't talk that calm. So we were in the car, and I got satellite radio. Listen to it. Okay. When the Broncos got down like to the 15-yard line, I was like, this is the first loss. So I was listening, and that guy said, block. I was
Were you driving?
Yes.
Look. And that's what Patrick Mahomes looked like running across the field, like he had just won the junior high championship. I mean, I've never seen him so excited.
That's what I did. But thank you so much for joining. You got to come back again.
Hey, love it, man. Love it.
Yes, sir. All right, we're back in a moment. Stay with us.
I'm Ed Trim, Pennington and Trim. Since 1987, I've seen technology get better and better. Give us a call. Let us protect your home and business with the latest cutting-edge technology that's available today.
We feel strongly that clients are best served by a financial institution that has roots here, but also has an eye on the future. That's what we believe First Commercial Bank brings to our markets. Our idea is simple: deliver a consistently exceptional client experience each and every time. We have a unique story to tell, and our talented associates are dedicated to meeting the needs of our clients every day. Visit firstcommercialbk.com. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Accidents happen, and the Abston Law Firm wants to help you. Don't feel overwhelmed with disruptions to your life that accidents and injuries bring. Let Willie Abston work for you. At Abston Law Firm, you're important to us. Protecting your rights and helping you meet your future needs is our main goal. And we take pride in servicing our clients. We provide you with knowledgeable, caring legal representation. We are experienced and dedicated to helping you. Call for your free consultation today. Abston Law, located at 1307 Airport Road in Flowood.
Me? Good job. Good job.
All right, welcome back to Talking Sports Live. Rob J, Jamie Horton, and we are joined by our expert picker, Little Willie Brown. How you doing?
Great top of the evening, sir. How are you this evening?
Okay, we're doing good, doing good.
Great.
We're going to look at some of your picks in a moment, but I want to go through the high school rankings, and they still have Brandon at number 1 with Tupelo number 2, Jackson Prep 3, Madison Central 4, Hattiesburg number 5. And let me say congratulations to Lanier, won their first playoff game. You told me that was going to happen. I didn't believe it.
Yeah, I seen that.
Yeah, and I told him.
I didn't believe it.
He didn't believe me. But I told him, I said, look, Lanier got a pretty good team. They got a pretty good defense too. So they came in there and they upset it. I think a good Summerall thing.
Yeah.
And let's send prayers out to one of the players for Summerall. He got injured. He was towed away in the ambulance.
In that game?
In that game.
Wow.
Around the fourth quarter. And I hope, he's all right. I haven't got any updates on him, but I hope he's all right. We're praying for him too.
Well, on that note, I'm very proud of those kids over at Lanier High School.
Yes.
The inner city schools, Jackson Public Schools. And, it goes to show you something positive instead of always something negative going on in Jackson.
That's right.
To see those kids to make the playoffs.
I agree
in
with
the
you.
inner cities.
Yeah. And that's Rob J's.
It's his alma mater. Yes,
That's
sure
right.
is.
That's right.
And I'm proud of it.
And that's their first playoff win since 19.
It's been a while. It's been a while.
He gave you credit, Rob. He gave you credit.
He gave me credit.
I think Rob was in pull-ups last time they won the playoffs.
In 1987, when he was a little, or what? When he was a little bitty baby.
Yeah, he was.
Okay. Let me go over your picks from last week. Can we go over our picks from last week?
Go ahead.
Okay. We want to start with the SWAC and SEC.
Let's start with the SEC first.
Okay. All right. It was Florida at Texas. We all picked Texas. Were we correct on that?
Yes.
Okay. Georgia, Ole Miss. I was the only one picked Ole Miss.
Me and Little Willie.
Yeah,
Willie picked Georgia.
I was surprised by that.
I was too.
Yeah. I thought,
Lane Kiffin doing a great job at Ole.
yeah, and Georgia, they had a tough schedule up to this point. South Carolina, Vandy, you were the only one to pick South Carolina. Who won?
Did South Carolina win a game?
Wait a minute.
I don't remember who won.
Okay, let's see. I can tell you. South Carolina did win. They won 28-7. South Carolina won 28-7. So you were the only one that was right.
I picked South Carolina. Sure did.
You sure?
Yeah, you were right on that.
Little Willie.
Okay. Mississippi State and Tennessee. We all picked Tennessee.
Yeah, next question.
Okay. Alabama and LSU. Jamie and I picked LSU. You picked Alabama.
I sure did.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were right.
Thank you.
In convincing style too, buddy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oklahoma, Missouri. Jamie and I picked Missouri. You picked Oklahoma. And Missouri won that game.
Okay.
Did Missouri win or Oklahoma won?
Let me see.
I think Oklahoma won that game.
Well, on this sheet it has Missouri 30, Oklahoma 23.
Oh, Missouri won?
That's
Okay.
that's according to. All right, now in the SWAC, which is you say the best for last. Alabama, A&M, Arkansas, Pine Bluff. I was the only one picked Pine Bluff, and I was wrong.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, you was wrong on that.
I was dead wrong because Alabama A&M beat them pretty bad.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Alabama State played Grambling. We all picked Alabama State. The young lady was with us. She said she didn't care, and Grambling won that game.
Yeah, Grambling
Of a
won
missed
that.
field goal.
Yes.
Texas Southern and Alcorn. Jamie and I picked Alcorn. You picked Texas Southern
Yeah,
because of your hatred
For Alcorn.
No.
We told you what was going to happen before it happened.
I understand.
And then it happened badly
happened.
too.
Bethune-Cookman Southern, we all picked Southern, and we were right.
Yeah, we was right on that one.
Okay,
After 5 overtimes though, Rob.
sure was.
Yeah.
Florida A&M at Prairie View, we all picked Florida A&M. We were wrong.
And all of us
Yeah,
was
we
wrong.
missed that one.
Now, Florida A&M did beat the Prairie View band. They got in the stand and started fighting.
Oh, let's talk about that for 1:30
What
seconds.
was that about?
Apparently the lady from Prairie View got on Facebook and said one of the alma mater members and said that Florida A&M players was upset and they took their frustrations out on the band and came up in the stand and literally fighting the band.
They were. I saw some.
Oh my!
What did they play that game at?
At Prairie View,
You know, we had some issues that year.
we did.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you
And you were one issue. Remember?
Man, and
as for the playoffs, I'm like, you remember that?
yeah,
They
that
want to give us in
you
this.
know, we had some issue that with the
Yeah, with the
team and stuff. That year we played at Prairie View.
that's the night you almost died.
That was the night you almost gave blood too.
Yeah.
Okay, and then
Was you gonna go visit them in Texas, Pennsylvania?
at Mississippi Valley at Jackson State, we all picked Jackson State, but for a minute there, you said that if Valley win, I'm gonna jump off the I'm gonna jump off the
Rob,
But
he was on that sideline. He was walking with me. He was
Yeah, he
scared.
was nervous. He
When
was
you
nervous.
believe in a higher power and you call on him when you need him,
Yes, sir.
he always on time.
The Lord don't have nothing to do with no football game.
and,
Okay.
and then after halftime, I saw Valley getting on the bus going back to elevator.
That ain't have nothing to do with the Lord. The Lord don't pick on no football games. Now, we're gonna make our picks now. You want to go with the SEC or the SWAC first?
Let's go with the SEC first.
Okay, like it's his show. Okay, number 3, Texas at Arkansas. Ed Trim picked Texas.
I'm going with Texas also. They're real good this year.
Yeah, I go with Texas also.
Texas.
So we all say Texas.
Yeah.
Okay, Tennessee at Georgia. Ed picked Georgia.
Bulldogs gonna have to bounce back. Yeah,
That's who you picking?
They're playing Tennessee. Tennessee's in trouble.
So you picking Georgia?
Kirby Smart is not.
No, they're playing the Chicago Bears. I just told you Tennessee at Georgia.
I just said Georgia.
Hey, calm it down now.
Kirby Smart is not gonna lose 2 games in a row.
I agree.
All right, we all say Georgia. Okay, number 10, Alabama versus Mercer.
Skip that.
Skip that one.
Yeah, that's a preseason game.
Yeah, exactly.
Texas A&M versus New Mexico. Want to skip that one?
Skip that one.
Yeah.
Colorado at Utah.
I'm gonna go with old prime time on this one. Old prime time.
Okay.
The guy that was
I say
trying
Utah.
to get you to go to Colorado.
Utah.
I say Utah.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
I say Utah. Rob and Jamie say
They
Utah.
were- okay, well we're gonna see.
Okay, we get upset. Okay, we're just making a pick. Why you get upset when we make a pick?
I said we gonna see.
Okay, we're not challenging you. We're just making our pick.
Okay, go ahead. Continue
Okay.
on, sir.
All right, let's see. We have South Carolina at Missouri.
South Carolina.
I say Missouri.
I'll say Missouri too.
Okay. Well,
Rob and Jamie. Why do you?
I said okay.
You don't have to make a comment. You acting like we're picking against you. Okay, these are just and LSU and Florida.
LSU by 40. LSU.
LSU.
Okay, we all say
Yeah.
LSU. All right, now let's jump into the SWAC here. Okay, we'll start with Grambling at Alabama A&M.
I'm going with Alabama A&M.
Okay, I agree with you.
I agree.
You agree?
Yeah.
All right. Ed said Grambling.
I'm going Alabama A&M. They're going to win that.
Mississippi Valley at Florida A&M.
Next question.
Next question.
Oh,
We all say FAMU. Alcorn at Prairie View.
Alcorn's going to win. I think I'm going with Alcorn.
I'm picking Prairie View.
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I am too. That win last week against Florida A&M, I think don't propel them, and they don't have a bad team. Then they play tough at home.
At home.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
And it's hard. They heckle down there. It's hard.
Oh my, yes.
Alcorn gonna need a win to try to get to the SWAC championship game.
Yes. So you and Ed pick Alcorn.
I'm going Alcorn this time.
Okay. All right. Arkansas Pine Bluff at Southern. Ed said Southern.
Southern University.
Southern.
Okay, we all say Southern. Bethune Cookman at Texas Southern. Ed said Texas Southern.
Bethune.
I said Bethune.
You say Bethune?
I say Bethune too.
Yeah.
I say Texas. I agree with Ed on
You
that.
think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, okay, and Lewitt. Okay, now Jackson State at Alabama State.
That's not even a question for me. You can ask that guy there, but Roll Tigers.
No.
Roll Tigers.
Roll Tigers.
Yeah.
Why would he say it's a question for me too? Because he already know who I'm gonna pick.
So,
Roll Tigers.
now, Alabama State got top defense in the SWAC.
That don't mean nothing.
They have a really good running back.
They are playing at their highest high right now. Jackson State is on the roll.
They're still fighting for the SWAC East title.
Until we sit here till tomorrow this time, it's still going to be Jackson State over Alabama State.
You want to give us the score prediction? I mean, we all say Jackson State.
Yeah, I'll say Jackson State. What's
Want
going
to give a score prediction?
35-21.
35-21. Okay, you think Alabama State is going to score 21 points on Jackson State? They're down to their fifth string quarterback.
Jackson let Valley score at 14 on, which should never happen.
Mhm.
So we kind of get out to a slow start, but once they start rolling, it's over. You gonna look at me, or you gonna talk about the next score?
I say 21-10.
You say 21-10.
Now Jackson gonna score more than 21.
I'm kind of on the same. I'll say.
I mean, because Alabama State defense is pretty good.
I'll say 24.
Okay.
I'll say 24-7.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. And what did you say? You said 35-21.
35-21. Yeah.
All right. All right.
So Jackson's gonna come out in the second half and really put it on them.
They are.
Yeah,
They're playing in Montgomery.
They could be playing on the moon. Jackson is a second half team.
Yes, sir. Okay. All right. Well, that's gonna wrap up our picks. Anything else you'd like to add? Anything surprise you? You happy that your Saints won this weekend? This past weekend?
Very happy. We fired the head coach. We made some changes, what we need to do, and go Saints. Let's go forward.
Well, so after you called me after we won, because that was the first call I got in 2 months. Because it was your fault. You didn't tell Ed that
I reversed the curse.
if we would have beat, this is what he said, Ed. Long as we beat the Dallas Cowboys, I don't care. We win another game, and we went on a losing streak until Sunday.
That's exactly right.
You can blame me and Dennis Allen for that.
Yeah, I blame Dennis Allen more than I blame you.
Yeah.
But I just what's some offseason changes you think we need to make right quick?
Well, they started with the most important one was the head coach.
Correct. I agree.
We go out and go get a head coach that knows both sides of the ball and can bring in some more players because we lost a couple of players.
We still salary cap struck.
Right.
Yeah.
So we should be in good shape.
I think so too, Lil Willie. I think we're
Congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs.
That's right. Still undefeated.
Hopefully they'll be in New Orleans come Super Bowl Sunday.
The time is up. See you next week.